While there are several planes in the golf swing, the shaft plane is by far the one most commonly talked about, and it's the blueprint for your entire golf swing. So in today's lesson, we're going to describe what the shaft plane is and how it can affect both your distance and your accuracy. So your shaft plane, like I said, is like the blueprint for your golf swing. Everything really is built around this. So what your original shaft plane is you can see as I address the ball that my club is going to sit on a specific plane or angle. Now this is similar to the roof of a house if you think about it. Golf and hockey are both on what we'd call an inclined plane like this. Baseball and tennis are on more of a horizontal plane. Bowling and croquet are more of a vertical plane. So when we set up, the club that we use is going to determine the shaft plane. So you can see for a shorter club, that iron, that shaft plane is going to be a little bit more upright, a little more vertical. Whereas with this fairway wood, the shaft plane, original shaft plane starts out naturally a little bit more flat. So depending on the club you use, your posture, your build, you know, how tall you are, every setup, every person, every club is going to have a different shaft plane to start with. So once we get set up here, we simply want to think of keeping our golf club on that plane throughout the swing. So as I swing back and I'm halfway up, my club should match that original shaft plane. It should return there at address, or sorry, rather impact, and then it should match that on the follow through. The closest thing between 2 points is a straight line. So we're simply trying to keep this golf club moving on as straight and as simple of a line as possible. The more movement I have off plane, the more energy I'm going to use and the more distance I'm going to lose. Also, the more I get off plane, the more I'm going to spray the ball. If I get too under plane like this, we're looking at some push blocks or snap hooks depending on what I do with the club face. If I'm coming outside here, we're looking at some big pull hooks or possibly slices if I leave the club shaft open. So this is what your original plane is. Again, it's going to be determined at address based on your build, your posture, and the club you're using. And your job is to simply try to keep that club working on as close to that same plane line throughout the swing to maximize your power and your accuracy. So here's how it's done. I'm going to set up and do a little drill here where I'm really going to work just on the first part of the golf swing like I was. I'm going to try to point the butt end of the club here back down at pretty much the target line, return there to where it was at address, and I'm going to try to match it over here. I'm going to do that a couple of times, just get the feel, keeping the club on plane. Very simple, not a lot of movement, and then I'm going to go ahead and give it a try. It's simple and it works. And if you have an idea for a lesson, please submit it in the Ask Maria section on mygolfinstructor.com.